Welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. Chris McGee, James Worthy, Allie Clifton. Brez is out at Staples Center getting some post-game reaction. 9-game win streak comes to an end at the hands of the Orlando Magic. A slow start for the Lakers. Actually a valiant effort to get back in it. They were down 22 with 6:30 left in the third and actually had a 4-point lead midway through that fourth quarter. But down the stretch, could not get a stop. Before we get into that, let's look at that last possession. Good ball movement. Quinn Cook back to LeBron. Had the look to tie, in and out.
Yeah, I mean, they got a good look. I mean, Cook was hot. Daniels was hot. Right here, I thought Cook might have had a good look at it, but he got closed out. Nice pump fake. That's LeBron's shot. Got a good look at it, kind of in and out, but did not go down. So it wasn't like they didn't get a good look, and they had a great effort with the comeback.
You had two of your hottest guys, a guy who knows how to make plays and a guy who has been hitting from deep, in Quinn Cook, making the opportunities and having the chance to, of course, seal the deal for the Lakers, but, of course, coming up short.
But, you know, Allie and James, really, when you look at this game, you go down the stretch in Orlando, 4 straight buckets to close out that game. The Aaron Gordon dunk and one, the Vucevic 3, and then back-to-back buckets by Markelle Fultz. That right there, real tough to overcome for the Lakers.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a couple weeks ago, I think a Fish might have been here, and we were talking about, will the Lakers ever lose to a sub-500 team? It's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen in this league. And unfortunately, you don't want to happen at home with AD out. But, you know, they're still professionals, and you can't play to their record. I think the Lakers probably thought subconsciously that they could get this one at home. But these guys, Orlando, young, talented, can't play to their record, and they came to play tonight. They're in Los Angeles. They're young, playing against the Lakers, and they got the Clippers tomorrow night. So they played very good, and the Lakers just didn't match them in the first half. And, Allie, we hear it every night from guys who played for the Lakers. Listen, it's other teams' Super Bowls all the time. A team like Orlando, by the way, they're barely under 500. They're now 20 and 21, so this is a pretty decent basketball team that was hungry tonight. They're just coming off a win in Sacramento. They won the game at the buzzer, and they played well. You got to give them credit.
They won 5 of their last 7, and as you mentioned, you're playing the Lakers, so they're excited. They're ready to come out, and they've got young guys out there that you mentioned, length, athleticism, guys who are getting minutes and opportunities that haven't, because they're also undermanned. You got to remember that first time the Lakers saw the Orlando Magic, Nick Vucevic wasn't out there. He was an all-star last season. He hits that big 3. So it was one of those nights. It just reminds you that anyone can be beat on any given night. And I think the slow start, especially defensively for the Lakers, it trickled down throughout the rest of the game, especially there late. As you mentioned, those stops they just couldn't get.
Yeah, and outside of a Laker loss, which you hate to see, I mean, what a story, Markelle Fultz. I mean, you just didn't know if he would ever really get right and play the NBA. He comes up with a triple-double tonight, 21, 11, and 10, and buckets down the stretch, this Orlando Magic team. As we look at those, big game, James, it started with this. There's Fultz, and that's a nice move, getting under past JaVale and off the glass.
I'm really happy to see him come full circle. I mean, he had a really tough time in Philly. This kid can play, and he proved it tonight. Under control, very disciplined, and hit some big shots down the stretch.
And not the best and he got cramps right there, but not the best defensive night, Allie. I think Billy and Stu were talking about at the end, 60 points in the paint. That's very rare for this Laker team.
Oh, no doubt about it. And it's something that they pride themselves on, getting downhill. And, of course, the Orlando Magic, Steve Clifford, who has game planned against LeBron James for so long, being in the East all those years, he had their rim protected very well. I think it threw off the Lakers' offensive rhythm, which, of course, you never want it to dictate the defensive end of the floor. But I think at times throughout the night it, of course, did.
You know what I love tonight? On a night where there's no AD, no Rondo, and Caruso got hurt early, guys like Troy Daniels got to play a lot, absolutely lit it up. Quinn Cook goes for 22. I mean, this is the second most bench points the Lakers have had all year long with 68. So you got to give those guys a shout-out for keeping the Lakers in the game and getting them back in it.
There's such a joy to watch. They're so much fun. This morning, Frank Vogel talked about you have to have guys who are willing and able to grow without having touched the floor. And you're at the midway point of the season, game 41. And when you look at it, Troy Daniels, Quinn Cook, Jared Dudley, they haven't seen a lot of action. Yet here they are tonight, putting you in a position to win. But over the last few games, winning games for you.
Think about it like this, Allie and James. That's number 12, 13, and 14 basically in the rotation, coming through big for you. Any night you need them. It's rare.
It gives you an inside look into, you know, what the practices are like, how the locker room is, how the chemistry is. They got each other's backs. And these guys are ready to play when called upon. And, you know, I can just see that second team competing fiercely against that, starters in practice. And, these guys, numbers was called, Daniels, Cook, they were ready to go. I think the Lakers missed Caruso down the stretch.
No
They could have used him. But nevertheless, man, it was a great comeback. And you're right, to see those guys come in there and be ready to go was amazing.
We talk long-term marathon approach when it comes to the injuries with this team, but these are nights when you can think long-term marathon expectations into the season. How much can guys like this really make an impact when it matters the most? Tonight in January, maybe the result's not exactly.
Yeah, Laker fans, I know you're upset, but you had a 7-game win streak, a 7-game win streak, a 10-game win streak, and then a 9-game win streak. These are nice streaks, not bad. So let's get you to...
You're going to have about 3 or 4 games like this a year,
100%.
pretty much. Going to get you.
They're now, 22-1 when it comes to sub-500 teams? All right, let's get you to the highlights. Lakers, chip, 99-2000, won a title, and 2008-2009, won a title. Impressive. Let's go inside the Lakers locker room. LeBron is speaking with Mike Bresnahan.
LeBron, you guys had won 9 in a row. What disappointed you about tonight's game?
No, I'm not a disappointed type of guy. We just got to be better. I'm excited about, very pleased with the way our effort. We didn't start the game out the right way, but not disappointed anybody or anything that we did.
Yeah, the bench guys really came through tonight, specifically Quinn and, of course, as you call him, Layup.
Yeah, absolutely. Our bench is the reason why there was a game at the end, because they just came in and they produced everything that we needed.
You guys went 22-0 against teams with a sub-500 record before tonight. It snaps that streak. But what does it say about the character of your group to be able to, kind of take every opponent with a serious tone?
Because we don't pay attention to records. We're all NBA players, regardless of the record. And you have to go out and compete and to win. Don't really pay attention to that. We respect every opponent, and that's what it's all about.
I remember when Fultz was having some struggles in Philadelphia early on in his career. You were supportive of him figuring out. He was obviously key in them getting the game down the stretch. What do you see out of this game where it is right now?
Confidence and opportunity, and they're confident in him. He's confident in himself, and he's given an opportunity to go out and play the game how he grew up playing it. And I think everything else take care of itself. I've been supportive of him ever since he was in high school. Came through as a rookie in Philly. Been supportive through his situation, and still is to this day. So I'm happy as hell for him.
LeBron, what have you seen from Quinn and how he's grown in his career?
Well, I've known Quinn for quite a while now, and when I was in Cleveland, Quinn was on our G League team down in Canton. So I've seen Quinn grind, get the opportunity in Golden State, make the most of it, continue to work, and now he's here, and he's making the most of it. Just a true professional, someone who has the ability to put up bunches of points when the opportunity presents itself, but more importantly, he's just always stay ready. Great teammate, no matter what the circumstances is, if he's playing or not, and it's been great, being on the same team with him.
Obviously, the bench guys had a great shooting night, but some of the hustle plays, like KCP taking that charge, Jared diving for that loose ball, what did that bring to the team?
Everything. Our team is very deep, and when there's someone maybe not playing particularly well, we have the ability to go to guys off the bench. And like I said, without everyone off the bench tonight, we would have got blown out. Very proud of those guys coming in and just relishing the opportunity.
Tough to see Caruso leave like that. He took a pretty hard hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you have anyone take a hit to the head, it's a dangerous thing, and it's great to have the medical staff that we have here and the training staff that we have. So, when you lose a guy like AC, especially when you're already down a couple men, it hurts. So, like I said, to have the insurance of Quinn and Layup and KCP off the bench definitely helps a lot.
When you get caught on the rim like you did tonight, is it just kind of mistiming the jump or not realizing, maybe exactly where you're taking off from?
No, taking off. You want to be part of the disrespectful team too? I take off from this. No, Mo Bamba was around the rim, so I tried to quick dunk him. Being a shot blocker that he is, I tried to quick dunk him and missed time to place with the ball to the rim. He ended up not even coming to even make an attempt on the ball, so I kind of tricked myself out of that one.
What about JaVale's block tonight? Did you have a good view on that?
It's one of the greatest dunk attempts I've ever seen before in my life. JaVale's, he has the ability to make plays like that not many in the NBA history can make, and he did it. So it was a great save.
Last question, halfway point tonight. Looking at the first half, what are the highlights for you? What are the best things you've seen?
Probably the highlights so far is things that y'all don't see. When we do the things that we do as a team, camaraderie that we continue to build on the plane and on the bus rides to cities and games and shoot-arounds and things of that nature. We're a very close group, so that's been the highlight so far for me on this season.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you.
LeBron James continuing to chase history. He's now 112 points from moving into third place all time, as you see Kareem, Karl Malone, Kobe Bean Bryant, LeBron, and Michael Jordan all on that list. Impressive.
Not bad.
Next up for the Lakers. Beginning of the 5-game Grammy road trip in Houston versus the Rockets for the first time this season. That's right, Lakers have played the Mavs 4 times and the Rockets 0. Game time is 5:30 on ABC, but we'll have full pre- and post-game coverage as always. Access Sportsnet Lakers is on at 4:30, leading you to tip-off. Much more ahead. LeBron James with 19 points. He tied a career high with 19 assists, 4 of 7 from 3. Let's hear from Lakers head coach Frank Vogel. He's speaking with Mike Trudell in the media.
Frank, what's the main takeaway from a game like that? The slow start, roaring back from a 20-point deficit, all the guys off the bench, and then building the lead and then just not executing down the stretch finally.
Yeah, proud of the guys that got us back in the game. Those guys gave us a good lift, but we didn't play well enough to win a basketball game tonight. Credit to Orlando Magic. They played extremely well. Whether they have guys in or out of the lineup, the guys that played extremely well. Fultz was terrific with a triple-double. Vooch and AG were really good, and all their role players that got extended minutes, made the best of them, very similarly to what we did in OKC. And you just got to credit your opponent.
Frank, how can you reflect on going 22-0 against teams sub 500 before tonight, and on the night when it is broken, you fall down 20, but still make it a one-possession game?
Yeah, we got a good team. Even when we're not at our best, we have the ability to rally and almost get past our deficiencies early in the game. And but just want enough tonight. And this is a team that's they've got a playoff culture. They were a playoff team last year, the third best team in the East, second half of the year. They're very well coached, and they're tied together on a defensive end, and they made things difficult for us tonight. Even the guys that don't play the regular minutes, those guys just made the best of their opportunities.
Coach, y'all had a lot of momentum going into the fourth and even going at the end of the fourth. Where do you feel like the momentum shifted at?
Well, they made shots. We missed 2 dunks. I mean, stuff happens sometimes. I mean, those are, no answer types of plays. I mean, but they made us pay on the other end. They shot 11 for 18 in the fourth quarter. Whether we defended well or had breakdowns, they made shots. So, sometimes you got to just credit your opponent.
What have you seen from Quinn Cook this season and his ability to have such streaky play?
Yeah, I'm happy for him that right now he's getting an extended opportunity to play, and he's showing what he can do. He's a good player. He played in the playoffs for us. We have great depth on this team. He'd be playing in rotation on most teams. We've got a veteran team that is very deep, especially at that position. So credit to him for staying ready and making the best of his opportunity. He was terrific tonight.
LeBron had a little bit of a slow start offensively, at least, and then ultimately finished with his career high in assists. Can you just what did you feel like? What did you take from his game tonight and the way that it kind of ebbed and flowed for him?
The way it ended? Ebbed and flowed. I thought he was terrific. The first half he was clearly trying to get his teammates involved and was really facilitating, getting guys open looks all over the place. Some went down, some didn't. But he played the same way, with when Quinn and KCP and Troy were in there, those guys were making shots. That's why we finished with those guys. And I think LeBron played an exceptional. You don't play a game with 19 assists without playing an exceptional game. So,
Frank, what is the last week or so? Not that a couple of games results change a lot of your thinking, but what does this tell you about some of your role players and just kind of the confidence you can have in them going forward to get you in position to close out games?
Yeah, it's just there's going to be some nights where your main guys aren't getting it done, or you just want to change the game. It's not. I don't want to pin this on guys that not playing well. Sometimes the group's not playing well, and you just got to try something different. And that was the case tonight. And I have a lot of confidence in those guys. And this, quite frankly, doesn't really change that. I'm not surprised that Quinn Cook and Troy Daniels come in and do what they did. And KCP, of course, as well. So it doesn't really change anything for me other than just reaffirms the confidence that I have in those guys.
Check this out. It ties best record the Lakers ever had through 41 games at 33-8. Only the 71-72 team had a better mark at 38-3. So this is the second best starts through 41 games. That's an unbelievable stat right there. And you look at all those other teams, Big Game James. You were on one of them, 33-8, won a championship.
Knocking me out of a chance to play Kobe in the finals.
Caruso turned the corner and really set the table very effectively for Dwight that time.
LeBron lob! Perfect! Right over the cylinder.
3 seconds.
Yeah, he was doing all that stuff the entire time in the lane. It's alley-oop dunk time again for the Showtime Lakers. Dwight, 3. Got it!
Oh,
the house is rocking.
So is Dwight.
Now, I know we have all been pretty impressed with what Dwight has been able to do here in his second stint with the Lakers, rightfully so. But let me tell you, his snake collection, yes, all 25 of them might be up there on the impressive list. More details on that and Brez is Connected With that is airing around clock here on Spectrum Sportsnet. You got to check it out. But back to the hardwood, Dwight coming off a dominating 21-point, 15 boards in 25 minutes of action performance. What possibly could he impress us with now that it will be against his former team in the Orlando Magic? Let's get a taste. The big fella is with Mike Trudell.
Dwight, look, I was going to start by asking you about three-pointers, which, 3 of 5 in the season, or, maybe the elite defense and rebounding and playing your role in a starting role. But we have to start with the Caruso hoodie here. Please tell us more.
Oh, yeah. As soon as AC put this on his Instagram page, I said, I got to order me some. So ordered me some. They just came in. And today, I'm going to rock it today. It's my dad's birthday, and it's the Caruso.
Shout out to your dad. Did you happen to get one in a medium, Dwight, or do I need to go order my own?
You might have to order your own. This is an extra large.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, but the support of the teammates has been real. I mean, you did it outwardly when KCP was struggling earlier this season. We see that you've been kind of the first guy off the bench rooting for multiple guys. And I noticed a couple games ago when Caruso had the dunk, you not only did the headband thing, but you had the eagle going. So
jumping up with him. I was in there with him.
No, I'm saying when you were on the bench when you had the baseline reverse, and then So which is the nickname that you are going with at this point for Caruso?
Okay, so for Alex, I call him the bald eagle. It's kind of good, but it's a bad joke, Laker girls. But it's not that, I just think he flies a lot. Yeah. When I see him jumping through the air with the headband on, he's flying. So I came with the bald eagle, and that's our handshake. Dap, dap, fly away, AC.
It's clearly working. All right, let me get to your game now, Dwight. From what is working with the way that you're coming in, and whether it's with the starters when you stand with that group, whether it was with the bench group, but what do you think that you've seen on film, that you've seen on the court that has been so effective when you've been out there?
My teammates, man, they just done an amazing job of trusting me and finding me in great spots to score and stuff like that. And on the defensive end, while I'm on the bench, I just try to be as loud and as proud as I can for each one of my teammates and let them know that, we support them. If they miss a shot, make a shot, whatever it may be, we're going to feel the same way about them. And, just going out there and having fun.
Last thing quickly now, Orlando's a little bit different from when you saw them down there just because Vooch is back. A couple other guys are out. No DJ Augustine, for example. What do you think of this Magic team, how they've been playing, and how you guys match up?
Well, they've been playing great. You know, they're a team where it's going to be tough for me and JaVale to really get lobs in the paint because they really pack the paint. They force us to shoot jump shots, but tonight our shooters will thrive, and I think JaVale's going to have a 3 tonight.
Oh, all right. Well, he's already leading in percentage by percentage points. So I need to go order my Crucial sweatshirt.
Get you a sweater.
Appreciate it, Dwight.
Support each other.
All right, that's Dwight Howard. Let's go back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. And pretty cool sweatshirt. The real AC Fresh is joining us now. Listen, Dwight in his last 5 games, he's averaging a double-double, 12 and 11. His last 26 shots, he's made 20 of them, and probably most of those has been dunks. Threw in a three-pointer, too, by the way. We're at the halfway point of the season. Dwight's impact, huge.
Yeah, I think he's made a big difference, and I think, you know, when scouts look at the Lakers, you know, they bring up Dwight, I think, as a starter. You know, you got to watch this guy. He rolls to the bucket. He's blocked shots. He's physical. And let's remember, man, he's not some really old veteran that, you know, we just picked up. Yes, he had some inconsistencies in the last few years, not being able to find a home where he was happy. But when he, gave up his guaranteed, and came here without a guaranteed contract, that to me was a big sign that he had turned the corner. And so his contribution is amazing. I mean, this guy's a 4-time, I think a 3-time defensive player in Orlando. I think one of those years he may have been a strong candidate for Player of the Year. And he still was, searching to get better and be more, productive on the court. So, I just think he's having a great year.
Yeah, I like guys who bet on themselves. And this is what Dwight Howard is doing this season by saying, hey, 6 months ago when he signed, I'll take the non-guaranteed deal, and I'm going to make this happen. He had enough faith in himself, enough confidence that, okay, come mid-January, I'm going to be able to get the full contract vested, which is what happened a little over a week ago. So good job, Dwight. Really enjoyed sitting down with him. You can sense the energy coming off of him. 7 years ago, when he joined the Lakers, a lot of pressure on him. He was kind of the young guy who's supposed to keep the career going for Kobe, and Powell was in his prime. And so many good players on the team. Steve Nash, he was supposed to bring another title to LA after a couple of quiet years, and it just did not materialize. But he has been an amazing player to watch and an amazing guy to talk to this whole season.
I would like to take it just one step further, because being in the locker room the last handful of games and being able to listen to his comments post-game, there is a mindset and a mental approach that he has brought this season that I have kind of caught notice in terms of empowering others. And I think that's important when you're being put in a position where it's all about success and results. And here for Dwight Howard, what he can bring to the floor. I mean, we're talking about the 20 and 15 game that he's coming off of. And, of course, the list of those who have achieved such is quite impressive. But he's put it with the mental aspect. You look at that list right there. Shaq, Hakeem, Charles Barkley. This is just his dominance within the lines. But you take it then and you pair it with the mental side for Dwight and what he's doing for those inside the locker room, the Troy Daniels, the Quinn Cooks, those that are going to matter down the stretch. He's kind of a total package, and it's been fun and impressive.
100% right. And Brez talked about kind of like betting on himself. I mean, think about it, guys. People thought Dwight was done. He's revitalized his career. He did bet on himself, and it's going to pay dividends later because he's going to get another contract.
No doubt. And many wondered if it was only going to be for the first handful of games. I think a lot of us held our breath just to see how long it would last. I think he's been proving game in and game out, not just with what he can bring skill-wise, but also just the mental approach that it's real.
Yeah, I like the mental approach. Like, he always had the game, but now he has the enjoyment of the game, and it's authentic. He's not faking it. He's really enjoying it, and that's a good thing to have with the talent.
By the way, he wants to win, and he's playing his role to the best of his ability. Tip-off minutes away. Dwight wants to see the bald eagle fly, but the Carew Show needs to let it fly.